Hey guys, Cripple and Slayer, welcome back to another video. Today I wanted to make a video talking about Toy Story 2. It's the second one. So, what did I like about Toy Story 2? Well, I liked the fact that it was very similar to the first one, Toy Story 1, so Toy Story. I like that there is new toys in the second one. So, as you know, there's Jessie, Stinky Pete, and Bullseye, right? So, yeah, pretty cool. And what I liked about it was the continuation of Toy Story. Woody basically gets taken from Al from the yard sale, even though Andy's mom told him no. And I love how this was very iconic. I love when that older guy, he was, stitching Woody up to make him polished and nice and to fix his rip in his arm. And I love how there was all this different stuff, like all the different shenanigans and stuff. So, like when Al was sleeping on the couch and Woody was trying to get the TV remote, and he thought it was Jessie, but it was actually, come to find out, Stinky Pete, because he didn't want him to leave. Because Al wanted the whole collection of Woody's Roundup gang, right? Because they were going to go to Japan, right? And they needed Woody for the collection and Woody's own TV show. Like, that was really cool. I loved playing with Woody growing up and Buzz. I needed to get Jessie and Stinky Pete and Bullseye. Those are the only ones I don't have for the collection. So, yeah, so there's that. Very cool. Very cool. I love all the Toy Story characters, human and toys, like I was mentioning in the first video. So, Toy Story 2 was made in 1999, and it was very cool too because it had its own story similar to the first one, and I really liked that it was very similar to the first one. And I like what they do at the end because Stinky Pete actually gets his, comeuppance because he gets played and he gets put into a luggage bag because Woody and the gang have to go get Jessie because she's in the luggage bag cargo bay area. And I really liked the fact that it was very, very entertaining. Like when I was a kid and Woody and Jessie were clinging on to the undercarriage of that plane. That was wild, man. That was wild. And Buzz was riding Bullseye to catch up with the plane and Woody and Jessie. But I really liked that Stinky Pete got what he deserved because he was just a mean toy. Plus, not only that, Barbie comes out in the bag and turns her head and goes, "Hi, I'm Barbie." Or whatever. And it just was really cool. I really liked that they were trying to find Woody. And I really like that cone scene where they had to get across the road so they could get to Al's Toy Barn because that's where they thought Woody would be. And then there was Zurg. And then the other Buzz that was there. The second version of Buzz. So the second version of Buzz. You know, that was wild. And Rex finally got his win beating Zurg because he was playing that video game trying to beat Zurg. And Buzz was like, "Oh, you'll get it, Rex, you'll get it." It's just really wild that it was very realistic in the sense of, again, what toys would get up to and all the shenanigans and all that stuff. It was just wild. And I really liked when they were in Al's Toy Barn that Barbie went through the section of all the Barbie dolls, and all of them, Rex, Slink, Mr. Potato Head, and all them, their mouths dropped there like, it was funny. I don't know, like, just, you know, humor in Toy Story is awesome. Like, how they did certain things was just wild. It was really cool how they worked that one too. And I really like how they have been working their way through the storyline. I know that Lightyear came out. I haven't seen it yet. It was talking about Buzz. And it's a story all on its own. Not really sure the ins and outs of it. Buzz was holding a cat. I think it was an orange tabby or something like that for the cover. I still haven't seen that movie, but I really want to. And I will talk about it on the YouTube channel. So stay tuned for that. So, yeah, it was really cool. I really enjoyed both of them. My friend, she actually said that she liked 1 and 2 the best. Toy Story 3 and 4 were good, but hers were 1 and 2. So, I love all of them. Like I've been saying, I love all the Toy Story movies. I love all movies. It's just me. But going back to Toy Story 2, though, I really liked the fact that they worked everything in there. And it was like this argument saying, "Oh yeah, come on back, Woody," because they finally find Woody. And then they discover Jessie and Stinky Pete and Bullseye and all them. The rest of Woody's Roundup gang. And it's just really wild to see all of that. It really is wild. It's crazy to know that. I really liked that they were showing where Woody came from. Because as you know, in the first one, if you don't remember, Rex was saying that he came from this one company, and then, Mr. Potato Head said that he came from play school, and then, obviously, Buzz came from Al's Toy Barn. And you probably noticed this, but in the first Toy Story, Sid's dad was laying in that recliner, like passed out, like he was asleep, drinking soda. And that was when Buzz was finding out that he was just a toy. He wasn't like a real person or whatever he thought he was. He thought he was real because he thought he could fly and he thought he could go to space, and he was in space, and he was part of Star Command and all that stuff, right? I mean, you know about Toy Story 1, so if you don't, go watch Toy Story 1 and you know exactly what I'm talking about. But yeah, it was very, sorry, I got an itch. But yeah, it was very wild to see It was very interesting. But if you don't remember from the first Toy Story, on the TV when Buzz was finding out that he is, just a toy, at the very end, you get a sneak peek of 2. Now you're probably like, how? Well, that commercial guy was saying you can get Buzz at Al's Toy Barn. You gotta really, really pay attention to that part. Now, it wasn't a sneak peek when it came out. It wasn't a sneak peek when it came out, but yeah, so it's just a thing. It's just a thing, but the thing is, it wasn't a sneak peek when it came out in 1995, but if you think about it, it was at the same time. So it was a sneak peek and it wasn't. So it was and wasn't a sneak peek because nobody knew that there was going to be a 2. I'm sure when it came out in 1995, no one thought, ooh, yes, they're going to make a 2. But, so that's just how it is. Sorry, there's a car going by. But, anyway, hope that doesn't disrupt the video anyway. Hope you still enjoy it. So, there's that to it as well. And I really liked the fact that they incorporated that into the first one. I really liked that because it gives you hope for a 2. And obviously, 2 and so forth came out. But going back to 2 again, Toy Story 2. Sorry, these cars. These cars going by, man. Busy road tonight. It was a busy road today. Well, summer, And the first day of summer is June 20th. So, but anyway, going back to Toy Story 2. I'll stay on topic here. Toy Story 2 was really cool in its own rights because I loved that there was no jealousy like there was in the first one, so that made it different. So I really liked that. I loved that they incorporated that into it. So that was cool. But yeah, so I don't really know what to think about the rest of it other than saying that it's really good. I really love the second one too. Like I've been saying for a while, in this video and in the last video that I made about Toy Story 1, Toy Story, and Toy Story 2, that I love all the Toy Story movies. I really think that was a really good move for Disney because, you see theme parks and you see things that are incorporated with Toy Story, and it's just a really cool concept. It's really cool. I really love that they did that, and they incorporated everything that they incorporated into these movies, I really love that they did that. It was a smart move on Disney's part. And the fact that they're doing this continuation of Toy Story. It's really cool too. And I really love, like I've been saying in the first one, who they used for the voices. They know, it's crazy to think about all the different voices they use. And they use the right voice for the right character. And in this case, the right toys. And their designs, I didn't mention this in the first one. I should have, but I'm going to mention it in this one. The design of how they look is just absolutely wild to me. How they designed Jessie and Stinky Pete and Bullseye, and even, Woody, Buzz, Rex, Slinky, and Mr. Potato Head, and all the other toys. I love how they designed it. If they designed it just a little bit differently, I don't know if I'd like it the same or not. I mean, details like that, and, the certain music they use, like, when there's a happy moment, it's like upbeat music, and you're like, woohoo! And stuff like that, and, stuff like that. It's just, it's cool to incorporate when there's music involved. Like, music makes our spirits lifted, or it can make us feel spirited down, if that makes sense. Making up words here, but what I mean by spirited down, like, you feel the same as they feel, Like I was saying in the first one, like, you feel Woody's pain and Buzz's pain and all the other toys' pain, like incorporating from the first one, when Bo Peep and Slinky felt bad that Woody was in Sid's house, and they were trying to get back to Andy's house, And it's just really cool that you felt Bo Peep's, feeling, and Slink's feeling, stuff like that, and you just feel what they feel. And even though he was a mean toy, I felt where Pete was coming from. Like Stinky Pete, I know where he was coming from. Like, he just wanted to, go off with the original plan and just stick to that, Like, that's how it is in real life. Like, a lot of people, they want to just stick with one plan, just the one plan, and go with it, and no changes, no turning back, no backtracking, anything like that. Just sticking with the plan. But sometimes it's not as easy as you think. Like, it's not as easy to just, okay, let's go with the plan, no exceptions, let's go. Like, it's cool in theory. In theory, it's cool, but at the same time, you can't do that, can you? It's just like, no, you can't. But the plans always change, and that's how it happened in Toy Story, and in Toy Story 2, and in Toy Story 3, which I'll mention next time. Like, they incorporated change. So in the first one, Buzz was introduced. In the second one, Jessie, Stinky Pete, and Bullseye were introduced. And I really liked that they brought back the aliens in the second one. Whoa, weird. Internally grateful. And I really love that they were calling Mr. Potato Head Daddy. Like, I thought it was funny. They're like, ooh, Dad. He's our dad. I don't know, it's just funny. As a kid, I was like, yep, you're now a dad. So, but the thing is, I really liked that they did that. But, it's people's opinions on what they think about the movies. Like, you might say, oh, the first one was good and the rest are not so great. Or you could say, all of them are not so great. Or you could say, oh, the second one's the best. Or you could say, oh, the third one's the best. You could say anything. This is just my opinion. This is my take on Toy Story. The second movie, I really liked that they also were very vibrant with the colors. Like, the colors were very much incorporated into these movies, especially the first one, and obviously the one I'm talking about, which is Toy Story 2. They really incorporated color. They really did that, and I really appreciate that they incorporated color. I really liked as well that they really thought about the story before going through with it. See, a lot of people, you know, they'll make a movie and they just expect it to be a hit. Like, I'm sure Disney just thought, we'll see how it goes. And it ended up being the biggest hit of all time. Because everybody knows about Toy Story. Everybody. Literally. And even if you never watched Toy Story, you know about it. You know? So, it is what it is, and that's just how it is. I really love that they really did that. It's really cool that they sat there and put all these different things. And I love that the toys have their own thoughts. Like, I really like that they did that. Like, Jessie was so on the plan for, like, Stinky Pete going to Japan to be looking behind glass so all these kids could admire them. And they just see kids come and go. But, you know, the thing is, you know, it's just a thing. Like, Woody didn't want that. Then he wanted that. And then he realized he had to go back to Andy. And I really love that they put in Jessie's take of what happened to her. It was really cool. I'm trying to think of her name. What was that girl's name? Oh, it's gonna bug me now. Can't think of her name. I should have looked it up before. Anyway, that girl that owned Jessie, right? Hang on. Before I looked it up, I realized who it was. Emily. So, you know, I love that they incorporated the original owner of Jessie, which was, you know, Emily. And she was going back and remembering a flashback of the time that she had fun with Emily, and then she grew up and, you know, just kind of what she was thinking, forgot about her. But we never forget what toys we had growing up. Like, I remember all my childhood toys. Like, I do. Like, I had the toys from Toy Story. You know, I have that, like I mentioned in the first video, that dragon dinosaur thing behind me, that red thing. I think you could actually put a figurine in it. But anyway, besides the point. You know, I had all these different toys that I had, like RC cars, I had Hot Wheels, I had, you know, monster trucks, I had Legos, I had Power Rangers, G.I. Joes, I had Jenga. I mean, I had all those toys, like even board games, stuff like that. But I really love that they also showed you what it felt like for Stinky Pete. Like, you know, oh, you know, kids don't care about us, that's why we need to go to Japan, stuff like that. And they incorporated his feelings. They basically incorporated everybody's feelings in the movie, and I really liked that the most. And it really built up suspense, because they're like, okay, well, there's got to be a third one. There's got to be a Toy Story 3. But, yeah, that's my take on it. I will mention Toy Story 3 in the next video. So, that's all I really got for now. All in all, I liked it just as much as the first one. Really big success. I still love all the Toy Story movies, and this one, Toy Story 2. Love Toy Story 2. And they just did a brilliant job. I mean, the soundtrack was good, the visuals were good, all the toys were cool. Everything about it was an A+ for me. So, love the movie. But anyway, I'll catch you guys later, and I hope you guys have a good night. Catch you guys later, and as always, see you in the next video, and catch you guys later, and as always, creep it out.